First of all, sorry to everybody for my English, because before me there was Riccardo with a wonderful English. So I try to speak a mixed between Italian, Portuguese, and English. We are in Algarve, no? And we'll do a cataplana speech, okay? Meat and fish. Secondly, I'm very happy because I'm not the only Francesco here, because before me there was a young lady, Francesca. So the name is quite famous in Portuguese too. My speech, is Algarve a small Silicon Valley possible? I introduce in 2 words a little bit my person, okay? I am in Algarve, and I'm Italian. I said before, I'm an economist and MBA. I work like consultant and a teacher at university. And last but not the least, I'm CEO of a small company that started here in Algarve, investing, marketing technological, that is focalized in web marketing, mobile marketing, and teaching for higher education. This is the problem that, before to explain what is, say if it's possible, create a Silicon Valley here, we should define what is a cluster, what is a technological cluster. A cluster, a lot of professors before me explained. Marshall, 100 year ago, Berrettini, and the last but not least, Michael Porter. So a cluster is a place where there is a concentration of companies in the same business, in the same geographic area. But what is a technological cluster? A technological cluster is a cluster that is composed mainly for IT company, and the IT is the main driven of growth. And two models that I choose about to explain how we can create a cluster. The first model is McKinsey model, quite old but still used. We need big innovative companies. We need availability of funding. We need talents, and we need venture capitalists. If we can resume what McKinsey did, Paul Graham resumed that we need 2 persons, rich people and nerds. Why? Because nerds and rich people like to live, especially the investor, like to live close to the beach, in the sun. And if the place is quite good, also the student will stay here after university and will not go to work for Cisco, for example, and stay here. And so which condition we should have in a cluster? The condition, normally we say there is no bureaucracy, no huge building, but small houses, a good environment, the good university. The town should have personalities. And we need time, because to create a cluster we need time, and we need also some competition. So this is the main condition. And in some place there are very famous clusters. The most famous is the Silicon Valley, as the professor said at the first speech. It is one of the most richest area in USA, but there are other clusters, not only in America. For example, in Israel. In Israel, there is a very important cluster in the IT that comes from the defense industry. But the clusters are in all the world. For example, in Singapore. In Singapore, there is a cluster, like in Sofia de Antiopolis, like in other towns in the world. And in Algarve. In Algarve, IMD, if we want to attract rich people, we need to follow what IMD says to attract investment in a country. We should have a good economical performance. We should have a quality of government. We should have efficient company with efficiency, and we should have infrastructure. And in the last ranking, we have Singapore, Hong Kong, and USA is in the 3rd position. And have a look to the good side. Portugal is in the first 15 town in the world market. the problem is dropped down for the 34 to 39 position. But we should change, we should improve, we should going up. And as we need rich people, we need nerds. Not only nerds, but we need professional technicians, manager, executive. And they like to live in Singapore because there are green area, is a very, very well organized situation, there is good location, a good transportation, and security. And so, if those are the hypotheses, how we are in Algarve. We can resume, we need human capital, we need financing, venture capitalists, and big anchor companies. And last but not least, university have to be partner of the company. A company should collaborate with university. And in Algarve, we have an average, perhaps a little bit lower than average in economical performance, in the quality of government, and in efficiency and infrastructure. And not only, to attract nerds, we should attract nerds when they are young, without family, and when they are older, with family and children. And this is the problem. Because in Algarve, we have very good green place, very good beaches and sun. We have some security compared with other countries. Lack a little bit of urban organization and public transportation. And not only, we can attract young people, but the older one. If they have some problem, there are enough place to leave the children when they are working, and the weekend, and so on. This is a problem. But in my point of view, personal point of view, we should work in two chronological steps. In the short steps, we should improve the human resources. We should create incubator, because in Algarve, the lands, the offices are quite expensive for real estate competition for the tourism sector that increase the price. And we should improve the transportation, not only in vertical between Lisbon and Algarve, that is quite good, but also in a horizontal line. In the long term, and this is the difficulties, we need professional venture capitalists, not only business angels, professional venture capitalists. We should create conditions of a good linkages between companies. The company should cooperate and collaborate. And we need some anchor company, because can be an element to attract, like Cisco that opened in Lisbon, but after some Cisco employee will open startup in the same area. So we need anchor company here, like in other areas in the world. And we should offer a quality of life also for the senior nerds, not only for the younger nerds. And the entrepreneurship, the entrepreneur should be a value, not only the politicians. In my opinion, in order to innovate, we need talents, and so we need nerds, because also the entrepreneur use the innovation that comes from the knowledge that university produce, and university should produce these talents that we should attract. And if we have talents, if we have venture capitalists, we can create a good condition to have a small Silicon Valley. But in Algarve, we have a university, we have some good condition, but not enough to attract as many entrepreneurs as we want. And the TED is one of the opportunity to stimulate in this direction. My last slide. For me, Algarve could be a Silicon Valley, but needs a long journey. Thank you.